The Chesterton Brewery was built and based on a means to give back to our veterans in need, not only just our military, but our first responders as well. Everybody loves craft beer, right? So we're heavily supported. We have good barbecue here, so people come in and we do fundraisers. And people love to come in and drink beer and eat, and that enables us to raise money for those in need. Veterans Brewing for Veterans is just it's basically our slogan on how we're able to be a conduit to get those that need help, the help they need. I served in the United States Marine Corps, 90 to 94, but I got out. I have all my digits, all my limbs. I don't have PTSD, so I'm a very fortunate Marine to not have any deficiencies in that manner. And so I felt that we needed to find a way to give back to those who paid a large sacrifice or the ultimate sacrifice. Yeah, there's always those that need something, and it's so vast across the country, and we're just touching just a tiny portion of that. Other things that we support is first responders, local police departments big, the fire department's big. People think that PTSD is associated just with the military, and that's not true. It's tremendous. So it's right here in our hometown as well. Just because of what an officer, whether a police officer, a firefighter, even dispatch, what they deal with on a daily basis, it's a lot, and people need to recognize that. Those people do a lot for our community, and you don't have to be at war to get some type of PTSD. Oh, there's so many things that go on here on an annual basis. When our beers come out, they have a very generic name, whether it's just an IPA, a West Coast IPA, an New England IPA. And then when we find somebody to honor, or an organization to honor, we'll go ahead and change the name of that beer. And something that comes to mind, Thorstad. Our Thorstad's an amber ale. It honors Staff Sergeant Thorstad, whose Marine Corps uniform hangs in the brewery here. He was killed in 1983 in the Beirut bombings. So from Chesterton native. So we do things like that, and people will come in and they want to honor a loved one. Not only were the chairs, but some of our tables as well have plaques in them. And what's kind of crazy is people will come in on a Sunday before the football game, and the first thing they do is go and look for their loved one's chair. Then they'll take it to their favorite spot at the bar or at a table, and then replace that chair and take it back. And so there's a little bit of musical chairs some days when we first open. Back to Blue 22. That's for our local police department, Chesterton Police Department. It's all money raised is for equipment and training. This is our largest event that we're putting on. For the past 3 years, since we've been open, we have done a ceremony to honor the fallen police officers. May 14th is Police Day, and we'll just read the names of the fallen for that year, and there's a lot. We don't read all the names out of the United States, we just do Indiana. This year we're lighting a torch for them. And then after that, we bump into our fundraising activities where we have a couple bands coming in, and food and drink, and it's where the community can come together, support their local police department, show some love, and just enjoy the day with some good music. The new patrons we get in, they're just blown away. And then some people are clogging up the aisles because they're in awe of everything that's going on. That supporting our first responders, or supporting the vets, and the patriotic things that we do here, and just how it's decorated. And so yeah, people would just come in and they're a little mind blown at first. Whether we're honoring somebody's loved one or listening to Jessica Lynch tell her story, not a dry eye in the house that night. But we get speakers out, but people like Indiana Quilts come out, or Quilts of Honor, they come out and they'll honor somebody. Yeah, there's so many emotional things that are tied. But then also the fundraising, when at the end of the day and you turn over that check and you see, well, it was a lot of work, but in the end, it's worth it, right? And so yeah, there's definitely a tear in the beer, if you will, up here in the brewery.